Trimble Dimensions live.
TV25.
Yep. Happy Veterans Day.
Yeah, happy
to all the
Veterans Day.
veterans out there.
Yeah, I
Yep.
appreciate everything that you guys have done for us
And continue to
and
do.
continue to do.
Yep, definitely. Great first day.
Oh,
I have
yeah,
to say.
yeah, a lot of fun.
So many great conversations. And again, the Trimble does a great job with this event every year.
Yeah, they really do. And they've done a phenomenal job with us and kind of putting us in the right spot and setting up interviews. Stacy's amazing.
Set us up for success.
They really did.
Yes, which is hard to do, but they somehow managed to do it. So, all right, we got a couple familiar faces, unfamiliar voices with us this morning, right out of the gate. If you guys would real quick, just name who you're with and what you do. Will, I'll let you go first.
Good morning. Happy Veterans Day. William Wing here, Infinity Land Surveying out of Phoenix, Arizona. And this is, I think, year 5 for Dimensions.
Wow,
Oh, nice.
Very nice. Yep. Dustin.
Dustin Gardner. I'm with Diamondback Land Surveying. This is year 2 for me, so glad to be back.
Year 2. There we go. I gotta bring this up real quick. We're at the 1923 event last night, and they had just like network TV on, and the news was coming on, like local news. And there was a Diamondback Land Surveying ad on the TV right before the news.
Yeah, Monday Night Football was over, and we're like, hey.
Like, what is this?
Yeah, I asked
So
Trent about
crazy.
that, and he said, I just don't like having money. I like just giving it away and using it for ridiculous reasons.
Mission accomplished.
Just trying to grow the profession, guys. That's how you do it.
All right. Hey, A for creativity.
Yeah, exactly.
No doubt about it. All right. So you guys, the reason we're here is to talk about a really cool project you guys have done in Tombstone with with the Young Surveyors group?
Yes, sir.
Why don't you kind of give us an overview of that project?
Sure. Well, started 3 years ago, actually. This year was the 3rd year that we've done it. We started out, Dustin and I, just, pencil whipping this thing together and seeing, want to make it an outreach so that we can, like I said, plant the seed and get these kids to know what this stuff is, and also grow the YSN network. So Dustin, he's great putting this stuff together and organizing everything. And I mean, I'll let you.
You
talk
kind of got a
about that.
knack for that, Dustin.
Yeah, it's
You
not,
have a
not
way of
intentional. I just,
bringing people together, which is a compliment.
yeah, it wasn't intentional. It started out with his former mentor, Mike Banta, who's been here, was like, you should reach out and see what you can help with. And then I had found myself on the board, and the YSN was doing stuff before I came into it, and then Will and I were like, all right, well then what do we need to do to make this official with APLS? And Christy Wilson is, awesome. We were floundering around with all the bureaucratic paperwork, and she's like, no, do this and this is dumb. And I was like, okay, I thought that was a good idea, but you're the expert, so we'll do that. And then we saw Nevada was doing, their campouts and stuff. And it's like, all right, well, what can we do in Arizona for that? And Will brought up the point. He's like, well, if we're going to do this, then it needs to be, of value to the state. And so it's like, well, when people think historic Arizona, usually it's Tombstone. Much thanks to Kurt Russell, Sam Elliott. And so it's like, well, let's figure out what we can do down there. And we just started cold calling places down there. And the courthouse was like, yeah, we'd love a free survey and scan. And at that time, they've never owned a set of what they're calling blueprints, but a floor plan of that courthouse. So they're like, we have no idea what this is spatially.
Wow.
And it's burned a few times, throughout history. So it's been
Like the whole thing burnt, or like parts of it, or
well, yeah, the whole thing burnt. They rebuilt it back. It's a really, really odd shaped building where it almost looks like 2 buildings, but one building is just a fire vault. So it's
and they've added stuff to it.
Yeah.
And like when you go through the tour, because it's normally just a self-guided tour, but because we were doing this, they're like, well, we'll give you, the VIP. And they're like, yeah, they were going to turn it into like condos for a while, or a hotel or something. And you can still see like where they started and then stopped. And we got to go in the records vault, which is usually closed. And that's a heartbreaking story, because they're like, when they moved the Cochise County courthouse from Tombstone to Bisbee, they're like, yeah, we took all the unimportant records and dumped them in mine shafts. And it's like every surveyor in the room was just like, yes. And so somewhere out there in one of the 300 unaccounted for mine shafts near Tombstone, there's a whole bunch of papers that we would really like to have back.
Yeah, and we really wanted to make it like a real life survey for the attendees, right? So, you know, we gathered the research, everybody got to hold it and look at these records, and then, you know, obviously we did all the calcs and everything beforehand. But I mean, Dustin had his son on a backpack, and we were out there, you know, beeping up corners, original corners from the courthouse, and you know, they're getting to dig, everyone's getting to use the metal detector. I mean, the kids' parents were getting more involved than some of the kids were. You know, they were asking the questions.
Yeah.
And,
Like how old the kids are we talking about here?
they were how old was Matt? Matt was
Well,
like getting ready to go to college.
Yeah, at that time Matt was high school, and he was one of those odd ones, you know, kind of like Trent, where he's like, he wasn't a family or a friend. He's like, I heard about surveying and it sounded fun. He showed up, and Will had him running the 10 in like half an hour. And after a while, he's like, no, I can do this better. I got it. And he could.
Yeah.
He pretty much did. And so credit to Matt, because he did most of the external
Yeah.
scan for us. We just we supervised. We were good party chiefs. We stood there and watched them do the work.
Great. Yeah.
A little life lesson there. This is what you're
It
gonna give.
was.
This is what it's gonna be for the first 10 years of your career. 3 guys standing around watching you work.
But then we set panels. So we did the boundary, we set panels, got a little bit into the drone stuff. You know, it was so windy that first day that we didn't quite, get to put the bird in the air, but they got the fundamentals of it. We scanned all the way around the building. Like I said, Matt picked it up to where, we had to level it up, but after that, he figured out the scanning portion of it. And even they still have the gallows in the back with the ropes still hanging, right? And picked all that up in the scan.
Oh, that's cool.
But and it's so the courthouse is actually it's a national park now.
Yeah.
So it's run by the rangers. A really cool place to do a survey and learn. I mean, the history doesn't get much richer than that. So
It was the second state park in Arizona history, but the first one to open. So
Interesting.
Yep.
that's and still going, still running. And yeah, the Rangers are super cool out there. They were no problem opening things, and they took us up into I don't remember what it's
The
called,
mezzanine.
tower, the mezzanine.
Yeah.
And that's a sketchy one. If you're afraid of heights, that one's not for you. But
he's like, watch out for the dead bats. Just step over them. Okay. But yeah, we brought the scanner up there. Scott, when we did the inside. So year one was exterior, boundary, ground control, that setup. And then the courthouse was like, where the Rangers were like, can you guys scan inside? Yeah. Well, we'd love to have you come back next year.
Oh,
So
that's great.
Dustin got a hold of, was it Altera?
Yep, Altera, and Diamondback. We had 2, and thank gosh we had 2 of the X9s, because the X9s move, but
Yeah.
there is a lot of rooms and nooks and crannies, and so I think
Spiral
we had-
staircase.
yeah, we had like 70 some setups for the inside of that courthouse.
I think I was one floor. I think we had like 132 total scans in about, it was a full 6-8 hour day. I mean, it was, and you can learn how to run that thing in about 30 minutes. I mean,
Yeah.
This year, Dustin got handed one on the way down Diamondback and drove to Arizona and ran it for the whole day.
That was an experience, and that's Nate's now the president of YSN. He's doing great because he's got I can help put stuff together great, but he's got that charisma that gets people to show up, which
Okay.
turns out that's important for events.
Yes.
But so we had a huge turnout, but he's like, yeah, we're going to go do a mine. And it's like, I don't want to be underground. The running joke was, I don't want to be the star of some new folk song about lost surveyors underground when that thing collapses. But
Ben Shinneberry could write a song
Yeah,
about that.
sounds like an Acres and Chains second album.
but it was awesome. We had a huge turnout. Was like everyone seemed happy. We had people from San Diego, people from Albuquerque, so all over.
That was this year. That was just
Yeah.
in October or the end of September.
Okay.
So that was
Gotcha.
the third year down there. We moved away from, we finished the courthouse, did everything we could do there, and moved on to an underground mine, the Good Enough mine. That was from, was it 1883? I believe?
Wow.
Yeah.
It was one of the originals that were down there.
Yes.
And they're
And
getting ready to open another one that that they're repairing it right now, and it's supposed to be longer, deeper, and it's like it's apparently going to be like a I think 18 and up one, because you have to wear all this other safety, and there's a lot of crawling and
Oh,
going
wow.
down lines.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Pass.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Well, there was a few people that
No
weren't
thanks.
real sure they wanted to go, but yeah, Dustin. But they have therapy donkeys there that come and try to eat the flagging out of your pocket, and you can pet them, and it makes everybody feel nice. And
Who doesn't need a therapy donkey?
Take a step back a little bit. Back to so we did the outside at the courthouse in Tombstone, and then you scan the inside.
the next
Talk
year.
a little bit about the deliverable. Like, what did you give? What did that, what did the Rangers get, and what could they see, and how did you accomplish that?
So that is a challenge. And they don't have all this fancy software that we have to be able to view this stuff. So I was able to serve it up, slice up each room in TBC, and actually just save it as a separate project, and then really just do some screenshots and videos
Okay.
for them to be able to see that. But one of the gentlemen that we interviewed last year, I should have remembered it. No free plugs, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, he's got a hosting software that can take these point clouds and host it on a web map. So your clients can actually get in, look at the point cloud, take measurements, see what they're doing.
Okay.
So, I mean, their stuff had been inventoried before. When we were back in the vaults, you could see these paint numbers on, there was bent shotgun barrels, there was medical equipment. I mean, we weren't supposed to be touching stuff, but there may have been some things that we had to adjust to get a better angle on the shot. There was some medieval stuff there. I don't really know what it was, but it's all numbered. So I don't think they were going to be able to use this right off the bat, but it showed them what we're capable of doing. And
Okay.
if you want to proceed, we can definitely, we've laid down the groundwork for you. You know
Right.
what I mean? So
and we got them 2 thumb drives. So we have the point cloud on a cloud, and then 2 thumb drives, and sent them. It's like, hey, don't keep these thumb drives in the same place. Have one on site, one off.
Oh, yeah.
So if this thing burns again, like there's no reason
there.
Yeah.
yes.
So you guys, took technology and education, and there's a history component. Like for you guys, I guess personally, and maybe the folks who are involved, like what was the takeaway? Like, how was this rewarding?
Get the hotel room. Don't sleep in your car. That I got out of
Is that
that.
the lesson learned?
This last year was, well, the first year was rough. It's like, because I just stayed in a tent in a sleeping bag, and it's like there's a lot of rocks and tombstones. And then this last year, it was when it was raining cats and dogs in Arizona, and so I slept in a Corolla, and it's not meant for a human-sized human. And but no, it was I mean, there's different ways that we can apply the technology, and that's kind of what I'm approaching this year. Was last year, it's like I only attended the survey specific classes, and it's like, well, I'm gonna go do some other stuff this year. And it's like, because there's different ways to look at how we can use this stuff and ways that we can better our workflows. So
Yeah.
it was a learning experience. Like the first year I had no experience with the scanners, and then this year it was kind of a trial by fire. But yeah, it's a chance to get to play with something that you don't normally get to play with in kind of a quote unquote safe setting, because they're not paying for this. It's just a courtesy thing to do. So it's free training and a chance to network. And
Sure. I saw you guys got a Navis.
yes,
I wonder if that probably would have been a great application for that. Right.
The handheld one, I don't think it was so tight in that cave. I mean, we were holding on to chains,
Oh.
walking on planks. I mean, it was the real deal. It was
apparently with the Navis, because that's what I brought up. Because Rob took our Navis for a test spin. We just got it. And he's like, yeah, you can take a piece of that off and then go walk it. But I think next year for the long, because there's the hallway from where they did the big room from the entrance, that hallway, I don't remember how long he said it is, but it is a long hallway. And there's all sorts of offshoots. And so I think that's going to be next year. I think we're going to finish that up. I'm going to step away from YSN and let the Arizona locals run it now that I'm moved away. But I'm trying to pitch the idea. It's like, let's see if we can go do a nighttime scan of the Birdcage Theater, because it's one of the most haunted places in Arizona.
Oh,
and we're doing it in the fall. So it's like you could do one
would be
night
cool.
and do the other one in the morning, later in the morning. So for those of us that hit up Allen Street bars, we can recover. So that wasn't helpful. I had like a cookie and Tylenol for breakfast last year as well.
Typical surveyor breakfast, right?
Yeah, I think it's all about outreach. And the first couple events we had didn't get the best turnout, but I think it's outreach, right? Like the media that we're posting doesn't go away. And so other people that never heard about it 2 years later look at it and like, wow, that's awesome. You guys were letting these guys just use your scanner, you're letting them fly. Yeah, come down next year and check it out. So it's still reaching out to other people, even though we've already done it, 2 years ago, and next year we might have 60 people show up. So hopefully that's the goal, is to reach more people and teach them about surveying and plant that seed. Because the kid that we had the first year, Matthew, he's now at NAU pursuing a GIS degree because that's the closest thing he could find in Arizona to surveying.
Yeah, true.
So he was there again. He was there this year again. I mean,
awesome.
running the scanner again. So
Very
it's
cool.
working. Just
Well, you guys
baby
got some
steps.
good momentum.
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
Yeah, I definitely will continue to grow as long as you guys are involved. You guys do such a good job. And like one of my takeaways from the conversation is, anybody listening that's a young surveyor, get involved
Yes.
with your state young surveyor organization.
If you are not involved, you will never evolve.
Look
So-
at that. Look at this guy. You should make that a t-shirt.
Brilliant words for Mr.
I'm a
Wing.
brilliant man.
Love it.
Anything else you guys want to get out there? Really enjoyed this conversation.
So what's next year?
Learning. Yeah.
Part 2 of the underground.
Part 2 of
we're gonna
underground?
connect it. Yeah, we had a crew start at the bottom. We had another crew start at the top. We completely underestimated how long it was going to be. So, and Dustin, the first time ever running the scanner, I mean, it was a learning curve. So this year we've got talked to some folks here about using different targets, some spheres to get some geometry in there.
Okay.
And we've got all our controls set. So, and then like I said, if we can, we're going to try to link that in with the bird cage and some nighttime
I
activities.
still want to do this last year. It's like, well, I had the scanner, but it was raining that Friday night that we showed up. It's like, I want to do, well, it's nighttime and everyone's sleeping, is go and scan that whole Allen Street buildings. Cause it's wide open. You can do it. It's like, we can do some really cool stuff. Something every year.
That'd
There's
be
new toys.
Oh, that'd be a good background for the video game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
Be
go.
awesome.
There you go. Well, appreciate your time. Always good to catch up and chat.
Absolutely.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
Promoting
fun
your
stuff.
profession. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
You guys too. Thank you. Keep up